Hey guys, and thank you for watching. If you're new to my channel, I'm Kelly. This is K Bella Beauty. Welcome. I do want to start by apologizing for the lighting a little bit. So I live in Houston, and today is actually Monday. What's the date? I don't even know. Monday, August 28th. So we're on day 4 of Hurricane Harvey, and it's super cloudy outside. It's nonstop raining. My husband and I are safe, my parents are safe, my sister-in-law is safe, but I'm stuck inside, and I've been inside for 4 days, so I'm really bored and I need to film, even though the lighting stinks, but I don't have professional lighting. I have one umbrella light and then I have natural light. So anyway, long story short, sorry if the lighting stinks, please bear with me, sorry if you hear any thunder, but I did want to make this video for you guys, and I did want to get it up this week since I'm home from work. So this video is going to be all about the products that I picked up from the Dose of Colors DesiXKaty Collab. So if you're interested in seeing what I got and my thoughts on the products, go ahead and keep on watching. Now that we're through that super long intro, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I picked up. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, and there is a little bit of a tutorial at the end of the video. So first of all, when I heard that Desi and Katy were doing a collab, I was super excited. I can't say that I really thought that it was going to be Dose of Colors. I honestly thought that it would be Tarte because they go on a lot of trips with Tarte. But I do really like Dose of Colors. I only had one liquid lipstick stone from them, but you always hear really good things about their brand. So I was super excited when I found out that Desi and Katy were collabing with Dose of Colors, and I knew that I wanted to get a couple things because I love Desi and Katy so much. I did actually get to see them when they were on their squad tour and they came to Houston, which was really awesome. I follow them both on Snapchat. I watch all of their beauty videos. I probably watch Desi more so than Katy, but I love them both. And so I was really, really excited for them, and I knew that I wanted to get some stuff. So this is what the box looked like here that it came in. I love that they did their own packaging. Desi, Katy, and Dose, they decided on nude packaging, and I like that it's different than the typical Dose of Colors because it almost makes it super special to the collab. So once you lift the box up, it says DesiXKaty in the top, and then it does have this super cute brochure with them wearing Hot Fire on the front and then one of their nudes on the back. I actually think they might each be wearing their own nude. Desi wears More Creamer Please, and I think Katy wears No Shade just because of their skin tones. And then inside, it did have a DesiXKaty sticker. It did have nude wrapping inside, and mine came bubble wrapped, so it was super duper protected. I only got 3 things from the collab, and the reason being is I didn't want to purchase everything just for the sake of having all of their collab items. I wanted to purchase products that I knew that I would use. So of course, I picked up a nude lipstick. I picked up No Shade since my skin tone is lighter and more similar to Katy's. No Shade is what I'm wearing on my lips right now, and it just is like a peachy nude. There's not really any pink in it. I've heard people say that it was like a pinky nude, but at least on my skin tone, here's a swatch of it on the hand, it comes out to be more peachy. And then this is the packaging here, of course, nude packaging. Their signature is on the front there. It does say Desi, Perkins, and Luster Lux. I don't think it's really their signature though. I think that it's a font. I could be wrong, but it looks like a font. But I like that it has that little personal touch on the inside. Like I said, this one is in No Shade, but there is More Creamer Please if your skin tone is more similar to Desi's. And those nude lipsticks retailed for $16 each. I also wanted to get one of the liquid lipsticks just because I do really enjoy their formula, but I wanted to get one that I felt like I would wear. Now, neither one of those colors were go-tos for me. Hot Fire is a bright orange red, and then Sauvage is this deep oxblood, almost black shade. So neither one was going to be a go-to for me, but I knew that I would honestly never wear Sauvage, not even in videos when I'm filming. So I did end up picking up Hot Fire, which, like I said, is a bright orange fiery red. Now I typically, because I am a redhead, I I typically stay away from colors like this that are bright oranges, but I did figure I could pick this up. I could wear it when I'm filming. I could wear it for pictures. Probably won't wear it out too much because I do feel like it clashes with my hair a little bit, but nonetheless, it's a really pretty shade. Again, I do really like the nude packaging, but I'm glad that they only came out with 2 shades because there's no way for me to know with either one of these products what the shade is that I'm getting unless you look at the bottom. So I was really glad that there were just a few products. If they did a whole line and expanded and came out with a lot of different lip colors, then it could be a little bit frustrating when you're trying to decide which color you want to wear. I thought the packaging of the lipsticks was super cute. It's like a metallic rose gold shade. It does say Luster Luxe and Desi Perkins on one side, along with Dose of Colors on the other. So I thought that was a super cute touch. And then it does tell you that it is cruelty-free, it is gluten-free, paraben-free, and vegan. So I know that's important to a lot of people. And I don't think I mentioned that both of these liquid lipsticks were $18 each. Now, I did not get the lip gloss over the top. That was $15. It was a clear gloss with gold specks. I'm just not a huge lip gloss person in general, so I didn't really think that was something that I would reach for. But if you are into lip gloss, it did look really pretty. I also did not get either one of the highlighters. The highlighters were retailing for $28. I did seriously consider getting Fuego. Fuego would be more for my skin tone or for Katie's skin tone, whereas Mirame is more for like Desi or deeper, more tan skin tones in my opinion. But I have said several times, like, I have so many highlighters and like you only put highlighter on a small portion of your cheeks. So although I wanted to support my girls, I didn't really need a new highlighter, so I passed on both of those highlighters. The last product that I did pick up though was the eyeshadow palette, The Girls. And so it came again in this super cute rose gold packaging. On the back, it tells you the different shades. It gives you a list of ingredients. And again, down at the bottom, cruelty-free, gluten-free, talc-free, but this one doesn't say vegan. So just note, this is not vegan, but it is cruelty-free, gluten-free, and talc-free. So the packaging of this eyeshadow palette is stunning. It's so gorgeous. It has this like glittery rose gold material with rose gold that says Dose of Colors. You have the shades on the back. It's super cute that they named them after their dogs and then like they used their dogs' nicknames. And I watched the video that Desi and Katy put up that was like the behind the scenes of going through the whole process of making this collab. And they actually saw a hat. I think it was maybe in Forever 21 or H&M or something, but they saw a hat that was this material and they like knew that it was for them. So this palette is super beautiful. When you open it up, you can see all of the shades here. You also get an eyeshadow guide, which I felt like was super helpful just because you have to use Suze and Harpoon, which are these two. You have to use Suze and Harpoon wet, and then Turbosan and Noli can be used dry, but they suggest that you use your finger for all of these shades. My thoughts on the eyeshadow palette. I did do a look with this. It will be at the end of the tutorial. I'm really happy that I got this eyeshadow palette because I love Desi and Katy. So I wanted to support. I think that this is unique. I think it's beautiful. However, if this eyeshadow palette was not in collaboration with Desi and Katy, I would not have gotten it. If it was just a regular release by Dose of Colors or by any brand, I would not get these eyeshadows because, one, I'm not a huge glitter person. These eyeshadows are super glittery and they're super beautiful, but I'm not a huge glitter person. I don't typically wear glitter day to day. And two, there is a crazy amount of fallout. When I was doing this eye first, I had fallout all down the side of my face. And I filmed my right eye off camera so that I could play with it. And I used Harpoon on the lid. I dampened my finger. I used my fingers, still got a little bit of fallout. But when I went in with a brush, I made the mistake of not dampening my brush to get like my inner and outer corner. And I had glitter everywhere. And I did my foundation first. So like, I just had glitter all over my face and there was nothing I could do about it. However, when I did do my left side on camera, I still used my dampened finger to get Turbo San on the lid, and I didn't have as much fallout. But when I did go in with a brush, I did put a little bit of Fix Plus on it, and that did help with the fallout. But I still have glitter everywhere. Like when I'm blending, I have glitter. I had glitter all over my hands. I had glitter on my clothes. So if you're not a huge glitter person, this might be a turnoff for you. You also can't create a whole look with this. These are all lid shades or Sue's. I mean, you could use as a highlight or inner corner shade, but you can't create a whole look. You can't go on vacation and just throw this in your bag and go. These are just your lid shades. And DesiXKaty did say that like everybody has their kind of favorite go-to crease shades and browns and things like that. So they didn't necessarily want to create those colors again. They just wanted shades that could be used on the lid. And so they did that. And I'm glad that I got this eyeshadow palette and I will continue to use it. But like I said, because of the amount of fallout and the amount of just glitter that got everywhere, if it wasn't a collab with two YouTubers that I loved, I would have passed on it. I am really glad though that I only paid $28 for it. I will swatch these 4 shades for you. I'm gonna try to swatch with my left hand, so I'm not swatching them damp. And one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you guys can see without me getting it everywhere, but Sue's is super powdery. Like I get a lot of fallout with Sue's, but here is Sue's right here, and I don't know if you can tell on my hand. I mean, it is powdery, but it's one that you're supposed to use wet, so let me do it wet too so that you can see. Okay, so I've dampened my finger. I'm going to swirl in again. I'm still getting fallout, but a little bit less. And I don't know if you can tell, but this one right here is with Fix Plus, and this one is without. Next, I will go into Turbo San, which is this beautiful, beautiful purple shade. This one does not have to be used wet. This one almost is like a purpley brown, but I love this one. I've created a look with it already and I put it on Instagram. Beautiful, love that one. Harpoon is what I have on the lid. This one's supposed to be used wet too. Let me try it first dry, and then next to it I'll swatch wet. So here it is right here dry, and here is the wet Harpoon. Dry Harpoon is above, wet Harpoon is right here. I don't see too much of a difference in person. It is a little bit more vibrant wet, but not like a huge, huge difference. And then the last shade is Noli, which is like this beautiful bronze shade. I feel like I've seen a lot of looks with Turbo San and Harpoon because they're so different. I feel like we don't have a lot of shades like those two. So Noli kind of gets put on the back burner, but it's still such a beautiful shade. It's not as chunky and glittery as the two that need to be used wet. I feel like Sue's and Harpoon are a lot more chunky and glittery and have more fallout. Whereas with Turbo San and with Noli, I don't have as much fallout, but it is a beautiful bronzy shade. Overall, like I've mentioned, I'm really, really happy that I picked up these 3 products from the collab. I like Hot Fire. I probably won't wear it very often. It's not going to be like a go-to for me, but it's a nice bright orange red. I do enjoy the nude shade. It is definitely a flat nude. Not a pinky nude, a little bit more of a peachy nude for me, but it's a great nude, no shade for my skin tone, and I think a lot of the more tan or light medium to medium deep skin tones will enjoy No Creamer Please. And then of course, even though there is a lot of fallout and you can't really create a whole look with the girls' eyeshadow palette, I like what they were trying to do. I think the shades are beautiful and I am really glad that I picked it up. However, there is a lot of fallout. It is very glittery, and if it wasn't a collab with DesiXKaty, I probably would have passed. Now, if you missed out on this collab, they are restocking in September. I have not heard a date in September yet. If it's up by the time I throw this video up, then I will link that in the description bar down below, but I will list all of the products down below as well as their prices. And definitely, if you love DesiXKaty, if you love Dose of Colors, I think that you will really enjoy these products. And I would definitely be interested to hear if you already picked some up. What did you get? Let me know what you guys think of the products that you got. But if you didn't get any products this time, what's on your wish list? What are you planning to get? I would love to know in the comments down below. If you want to see a tutorial on this eye look, go ahead and keep on watching. Otherwise, that is all that I have for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, if you thought it was helpful. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you will consider subscribing. I do upload twice a week. I'm playing with the days a little bit, but usually around the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then once on the weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so as you can already tell, I've done one eye and I've already prepped and set this eye here. You can just use whatever eye primer you have, and then I like to set it with just like a bone colored eyeshadow. I am going to go in with my Makeup Geek shadows just to get my crease shades, and I actually did highlight my brow bone with my Makeup Geek shadows as well. So I'm gonna take Shimma Shimma here and just a small detail brush, and I'm gonna use that to highlight the brow bone. I really like Shimma Shimma as a brow bone highlight. I feel like it gives you a nice pop, but it's also not too intense. My two favorite crease shades, as you can see, are Beaches and Cream and Creme Brulee. So I'm going to go in with both of those and a super big fluffy brush. This is the M511 by Morphe. And I'm just gonna tap into both of them. And this is just kind of messy right now. I'm just putting this all over my crease. And I'm not really trying to be like precise with it or anything. This is just a transition shade to help all of my shadows blend easily. Then I'm going in with a more defined eyeshadow brush. This is the M513 from Morphe. And I'm going to take this like olive brown shade. It's called Tiki Hut. All of these are by Makeup Geek in here. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of that on my brush. And I'm gonna focus this more so in the crease. And I'm gonna start in the outer crease since that's where I want most of the pigmentation. And then I'm gonna kind of do windshield wiper motions as well as little circular motions. But I don't wanna go above the high point of the crease. I don't want to go to the top of that transition shade. I'm keeping this strictly right in the crease. I'm going to go back and forth, and you can just add as much of this shadow as you want. It just depends on the pigmentation. I always say start with a little bit and you can build up, but it's really hard to take away. And then I'm gonna go in with my Sigma tapered blending brush. This is the E40. And I'm gonna take a little bit of Early Bird right here. It's just this orange shade. And I'm just taking a very little bit. I'm even gonna tap some of this off here. And I'm keeping it right in the crease just to warm up the shadows a little bit and to kind of blend everything in. So I'm just running over everything. Again, I'm not being super precise right now. I just want to blend everything in seamlessly and get a little bit of orange to warm it up. Okay, that's good for now. We'll go back and work in the crease, but I am taking my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Black Bean, and I really want the shadow on my lid to pop. Now these shadows do pop on their own, but by putting a little bit of black down, it just kind of makes my look a little bit deeper and it makes it stand out a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit right here on my eyelid. And then I'm gonna try not to open my eye because I have hooded eyes and I don't wanna get it everywhere. I am gonna take a small smudge brush by e.l.f. and I just kind of want to blend this out. And I don't want to take it above my crease. I want to keep this below my crease. I want to blend it in a little bit. And I'm just putting this all over the lid. You could use your finger if you wanted to do this part, but I have nails, and even though I've cut my nails shorter, it's still kind of hard to get into little nooks and crannies there. Then we have the part that you guys have been waiting for, the Dose of Colors DesiXKaty Collab. And I'm gonna go in with the shade right here, Harpoon. And this shade is best used, they're all best used with your finger, but this shade is best used wet. So what I'm gonna do is actually take some Fix Plus and put it on my ring finger. And then I'm just gonna kind of dab it on the back of my hand so that it's just damp. And I'm gonna gently swirl my finger into Harpoon so that it looks like this. And I'm just patting Harpoon all over the black base. And you can see there, I feel like the gold and my shirt could be making it look more olive, but the gold and the olive really stand out in this shadow when you have a black base underneath. And you can see I'm not really able to get too far into my inner corner or my outer corner because of my nails. Now this part does create quite a bit of fallout, but I'm gonna spray my brush. This is the Urban Decay shadow brush with some Fix Plus. And I'm just gonna get a little bit of Harpoon on that brush. And I'm gonna press it into the inner and outer corners, and this is where I get heavy fallout. So actually, before I go even further, I meant to do this. There's a lot of fallout with these shades. I'm gonna get some powder, and I typically do not bake my under eyes because I have super dry under eyes, but for the sake of all of the fallout that will be happening, I'm just gonna bake a little bit. And I'll wipe it off after. Getting some more of Harpoon, just pressing onto the outer and inner parts of my eye. So it looks like that. Whatever's left on my finger, I'm just going over. And you can do this as many times as you want. If you want more pigmentation, go back and get more. If you want less, put less. Then I'm going to take my Sigma E25 blending brush. This is just dirty from using it, but there's no product on there. But I like it because it's kind of tapered. And so I'm gonna take it and I'm just trying to blend out. I just wanna blend out where my crease meets Harpoon so that it doesn't look like a cut crease. I'm not trying to make a cut crease. I want it to kind of blend seamlessly. And I feel like when you blend it, that kind of creates the deeper shadow that I get in my outer corner. I didn't put a deeper shadow there, but blending out the black and the Harpoon kind of gives it more of a deeper vibe. And you honestly just have to go back and forth blending until it looks the way you want it to look. So blend your heart out. Then I'm going back in with that big Morphe M511, and I'm just picking up Beaches and Cream because it's like a skin toned color. And I'm just kind of going over that transition shade and trying to get everything to blend in together. Now you lost a little bit of the glitter from Harpoon, so I'm gonna take my finger, get a little bit more on my finger, and I'm gonna try just to press this into the middle. I'm okay if a little bit has blended away, but I want the middle to kind of stand out and pop. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the lower lash line. So I'm taking my Morphe Y21 in the Gilded Gold collection and a little bit of Cocoa Bear, which is one of Makeup Geek's most popular shades. And I'm going to press this right on the lower lash line. I like to just press it in and then to move my brush side to side a little bit so it deposits the color, but then I feel like it also blends it a little bit. Then I'm going to take my Sigma Pencil E30. I'm going back into Creme Brulee and a little bit of Tiki Hut on this brush, and I'm just blending out that Cocoa Bear shade. And I'll go back and get a little bit more of Creme Brulee just to kind of blend this out. I want it to get lighter as it goes down further. Then I have this Inspire 282 eye fluff brush that I got in like an Ipsy bag one time, and I'm gonna get a little bit of the orange shade from Makeup Geek that I used, like just a little bit, and deposit that right over the lower lash line to warm it up, and then I'm gonna wipe it off and take a little bit of creme brulee to blend it out so that it's not so heavily orange, but that it warms up the lower lash line a little bit. And I actually feel like I didn't get as much fallout on this side of my face with Harpoon as I did with this side, but the difference was when I went in with my flat shader brush on this eye, I didn't put Fix Plus, and I feel like that's why I got a lot of fallout. When I did use Fix Plus, I didn't get as much fallout. So note to self, use wet everything, wet fingers, wet brushes, everything. So I'm gonna go in to the shade Suze, and I'm gonna use that as my highlight shade. This shade is, I feel like, the most powdery of the bunch. So I'm going to take just my small detailed brush, spritz it with some Fix Plus, and I'm gonna tap lightly because, like I said, I feel like this one is like super powdery. And I'm gonna tap my brush off a little bit and just place this right in the inner corner for a little pop. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara on and throw some lashes on, and then I will be right back to show you what it looks like when that's done. So here you have the finished eye look with some lashes, and I just used Ardell Demi Wispies because I have really small eyes, so if I put on big glamorous lashes, you wouldn't really be able to see the detail of Harpoon. So I wanted to just put on something light where the gold would shine through. But these are the finished eyes.